Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla TV, where you can watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new Olympia Ladies Airglide 4 jacket, available at RevZilla.com. So the Airglide 3 was one of the staples in the Olympia line. They've gone through an Airglide, Airglide 2, Airglide 3. The Airglide 4 has a few key changes, but keep in mind, this is the flagship warm weather multi-season coat from Olympia. So that means spring, summer, fall functionality. You have a waterproof, breathable, removable destination liner, and inside of that is another removable thermal liner. So you can stretch this pretty deep into the cold, but if we really look at the main design of it, and I'm going to get into the differences here, you can see that it's geared for hot weather riding. Now, three key changes. The first change is very obvious. They've changed the line. It's a bit of an improved line. They have not changed the fit. It's still what I would consider an American or standard fit, so we're not going to get into that European feel, so it should fit a wider range of riders. But you can see they've added different darts down the front. They've moved our waist cinching away from the center of the body. They pulled it onto the side, so it's a little bit of a more clean line. Accentuates the hourglass here for the ladies. And the big functional change is going to be mesh panels both above the elbow, out of the impact area here on the outside of the bicep or tricep, and then down here along the wrist. So you still have that great airflow that comes in on the inside of the arm, and now it can exit along the outside of the arm. But they haven't given anything away by way of shortening the 500 denier Cordura panels at the shoulders as well as at the elbows. So keep that in mind. There's also a stand-up collar on the interior lining now that works a little bit better for inclement weather when you're wearing it with the liners in. So that's the key changes moving into 2013. Now a quick note on fitment. Jess is 5'5", 130. She's between a 4 and a 6 dress size. Jess is actually petite. She's wearing a size extra small from Olympia. So keep in mind, their size chart is usually pretty spot on. It's a little bit more forgiving. Jess has this guy cinched down pretty tightly because she is petite, but there's still a little bit of room for extra flare on the sides. So move to the side or turn that way for me. I'm going to raise your arm and show there are three areas of key adjustability here in the Airglide 4. So I have at the hip here to accentuate the hourglass up here high. Then I move down, and depending on your riding position, whether you're in the 3/4 or you're in the tuck, you have an area to really flare out this gusset along the side to allow flare in the hip. And then we have two snaps here to be either trim it down or widen it. So again, depending on how you're shaped, you should have room for adjustment, but also availability to take up the slack so it's not going to hang loose or sloppily or flap on you. Now come back around to face the front for me. Getting back into the protection side of things, and really a quick note on the fitment, don't be afraid for you ladies out there that are eyeing it up, that aren't sure about buying online. We ship for free and exchange free, no restock fee if you need to send it back to us. So we try to make it pretty painless. Jumping into the protection. We've talked about the main construction. So look at the mesh areas. It's ballistic airflow mesh. Give you that great air intake and exhaust, keep you cool in hot weather riding times. And if we look at the main construction, we talked about Cordura 500D. Now underneath that's going to be CE rated motion flex armors, shoulders, elbows, and forearms. And the nice part with this jacket, the Airglide 4, you're also going to get a CE level 1 back pad that is included. So it's not temper foam, it's CE1, and you can always upgrade to CE2 if you like. Looking into some of the creature comforts, we do have pockets that are down here and they're hidden, they're low profile, YKK zippers throughout, nice big TPR, this thermoplastic rubber pull, which is easy to find with a glove, and then micro Velcro allows you to cinch down. Also notice the high collar. Remember, it's a multi-season coat, so if you're getting hit with the rain, it's nice to have that high collar that comes up and creates a good seal underneath your helmet, but the beauty is they're using that neoprene, which is like a wetsuit material, to create a non-chafing good seal against your skin at the top. And you can see the accents of pewter. I think 4 colors available in the Airglide 4. This is the high-vis yellow and black version, but accents of pewter Scotchlite reflectivity, which are really going to add a nice safety feature, especially when you're riding at night. And before I turn you to the back to show the back, I also want to note it's a two-way zipper. So if you're in the upright position and you need to flare it again towards the bottom, guys and girls do this a lot, you have the ability to pull this zipper up and let it flare out so it's not going to bunch on you. Again, it's a well thought out feature from Olympia. Notice we do have adjustment here in the arms as well. Now turn backwards for me, Jess. Looking at the back, I like the back for 2013 as well. It's been definitely cleaned up over the previous Airglide 3. You can see there's reflective piping, but there's no external, stripe. They've made it a clean line. It's a little bit more contemporary in its styling, but again, they did that without sacrificing the fit, and that's what they're known for. Bang for the buck and fit with good protection from Olympia. And you can see our ballistic air mesh comes all the way down, and it kind of flares into the backside, into this good hip length coverage, but you're still getting Cordura in the main area, which is going to cover your CE rated back panel. Also, if you can see underneath Jess's hair, which is pulled up, areas of reflectivity, it's 3M Scotchlite tape, again, to keep you safe when riding at night to make sure cars or other oncoming motorists might be able to see you. Turn back around and face the front. Let's break down the guts. So if we open it up, you're going to notice, here's my destination liner, and right now we have it zipped in. We actually have it zipped in on the left side. You can see ripstop nylon. This is our waterproof, breathable layer. You can see that it's a zip on both sides, and if I zip it down, that seam and that zipper are covered, so you can actually wear it on its own as a waterproof windbreaker. There are also pockets. The main outer shell is going to have airflow mesh, which is going to allow you to get the best airflow with the liners out, and then just unzip from that collar all the way down. You can see the new higher stand-up collar that's finished. And then if we open it to the inside, you'll see our thermal lining. And remember, there are different pants in the Olympia lineup for ladies that you could pair this with, and it will connect via zipper. And if you wanted to pull the zip out lining out, you would just pull it out with a snap and a zipper. It's not meant to be worn standalone, but the DuPont Thermalite's meant to be there if you want to stretch it really early into the spring or mid to late into the fall. Because the outer shell has a lot of mesh on it, you're giving away some of that wind block component of the multi-layer. And I think that some people, a lot of people, if you wore it into the dead of winter, would start to really have a hard time blocking that wind chill factor. And that's why I give it that 3 to 3.5 season rating. Toward dead of the winter, you're just probably going to need something that's a little bit more beefy without the mesh, like an AST2, and you can always go that direction. Now, there's a lot to absorb on the Airglide 4 from a fit, function standpoint, some of the nuances, how it should work for your type of riding application. We have plenty of female riders, and Jess, if you want, you can zip that bad boy back up. Plenty of female riders here at RevZilla.com. Shoot us a line, see us at RevZilla.com, 877-792-9455. We're happy to walk you through the nuance, help you compare and contrast different jackets that might suit your different needs. Keep in mind, there's no danger on the fitment side of things. We ship for free, exchange for free, no restock fees if you want to send it back to us. Leave your comments and your questions on our YouTube channel. Join the conversation. Love to hear your opinions. Subscribe to us at RevZilla TV. You can always earn Team Zilla cash to be applied to your next order, our way of saving you some money in the long run. Find the Olympia Ladies Airglide 4 at RevZilla.com/Olympia. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.